I was thinking about how we have our one life to live, and within that life, like, I love a lot of different types of music. Let's take music for example. I love a lot of different types of music, whether it's Chopin, Johann Sebastian Bach, The Doors. I think Chuck Berry was a genius. I love the Smiths. I discovered early on, my first album I bought was from The Who when I was 12. My brother was a big Beatles fan, and I heard The Who by accident one day when I was 11, 12 years old, and something about that raw energy, I could sense some anger in that music. And it really appealed to me because it was a kind of a fuck you. We're writing catchy songs, but fuck you anyway. Like Pete Townsend, I think he had a lot of pent up aggression or energy, and John Entwistle playing the bass like a stoic robot, but obliterating every other bass player on earth. And Keith Moon, man, what can you say? I was just fascinated by, sometimes he would go a whole song without ever using a hi-hat. He's just crashing on his cymbals, and I love that. I love that, really, that really raw power. But anyway, so we get a life and we experience music and bands. And when I was 15, I heard a Bauhaus song and rented a VHS tape of one of their concerts, and I fell in love. Bauhaus was like, God, the band, the four individual band members were so unique within that enclosed band. I thought they made wonderful music. It was obviously cut short, but I think all great bands only give you this much. Like watching a meteor come into the atmosphere, it burns so bright and then it's gone. Always leaves you wanting more. But man, Bauhaus was it might have been my first true love. But anyway, what I'm saying is we get a lifetime, and we're kind of confined to the space that we're in, that space of time where I could dip back to listen to, like I said, if I want to listen to Chopin, and I could fast forward and listen to Tame Impala. Obviously the future is not here yet, but it's interesting to think of the people that were alive 500 years ago. Obviously they didn't have the convenience of listening to older music. I mean, how would they before things were recorded? They couldn't listen to music that was recorded on a different continent. Like they were restricted so much, and now we're not. But we could only go back as far as when they started recording music and writing it. I mean, we have written like classical music, for example, that's written down, people play it, but there's hundreds of years before that, before anything was written down. What kind of music was there before it was recorded or written down? Especially in a different continent. Who knows? It's weird to think. It's weird to think of a Jimi Hendrix in the medieval times, but it probably happened. But those people don't have, they were kind of stuck, kind of at the mercy of their technology. But what about our technology now? It's going to be archaic at some point. And what music is going to be new 500 years from now. Isn't that weird to think about? God, it's almost creepy. Will they be able to dip back 500 years from now and somebody's going to tap into a Slayer recording? Hopefully. But I don't know. It just feels like we're kind of in a unique era of a few hundred years. Like it's hard to imagine it being so far into the future. I don't know. It's just weird to think about, actually.